What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Healing is Gangsta, the Dame Sessions. And I am Taje 310. I am a practicing therapist, hip-hop's favorite therapist, I might add. And, of course, I got with me Mr. Dame Dash. And what we do is, we talk about various things. He's been so gracious enough to kind of show some of the therapy process and some of the things that he's processing in his life. First, how are you doing, Mr. Dame Dash?
I'm good. I just got back from the doctor. It was crazy because Rocky and I had went to the doctor a couple weeks ago, and the doctor was like, everything's perfect, and, I'm ecstatic because then it's 100% sure. I wasn't worried about it before, but now I'm really not worried about it. Yeah. So the baby's healthy, and that's all that counts.
Oh, absolutely.
So I had surgery on my teeth.
Again?
Well, what I was explaining is about a week ago, it's taking a week to heal.
Oh, okay.
So that whole week I've been in pain, and it's just really made me appreciate the fact that I'm not in pain and how much I love life. And we talked about that.
You're not
like it's almost like you got to be in pain to really love how much your life and appreciate how lucky you are not to be in pain.
Yeah. Do you notice your general moods is better?
100. Hell
more tolerant.
Well, and I'm not good on Percocets. I'm a bastard on Percocets.
Oh, right.
So, overall, things are interesting. We started a new show with Adam 22, which was interesting.
I saw an excerpt from it that I guess got that you posted on Instagram. The clip I saw was him saying what he thought black people want to be entertained by of some sort, and I kind of saw some people kind of jumping on him. You want to explain a little bit of what happened?
He's not here to defend himself, but what happened was, just generally speaking, it seems like other cultures don't appreciate how generous we are with our culture,
right? And
they judge a lot of our culture to the extent that they want to tell us and think they know what we want. Yeah. And I didn't understand if he was conscious that he was doing that, and how illogical that was.
Right. So,
again, you watch it, and it was good, and I thought he stood up and he stood behind his point, and, he fearlessly fought his point.
Do you feel that he realized, though, what you were, like, expressing to him as far as from your side of things or our side of things?
Yeah. I think that what people appreciate about my conversation is that it's direct.
Yeah.
There's never a filter. And I usually say the things that people won't say, and I don't understand why they won't say them. I just think, being honest about the way I feel and wanting an answer so I can move forward and not have to think about it anymore is logical.
Yeah, you're comfortable in your truth, and you're comfortable in the truth.
Well, the thing is, I'm used to being a boss.
Yeah.
So a boss has to say when he's uncomfortable because he's paying for it. You see how many people come in and out of here.
Yeah. And
when they're here, when they at that table getting high with me and drinking, they're my best friend.
Right.
But the minute I tell them to do something that I'm paying for, because I'm only telling you to do something when I'm paying for it. If I'm paying for it, I have the right to tell you the way I want it done.
Because you're showing somebody patience because you care about them. So, because it could be very easy for you to just say, well, go on.
Well,
you know
I do
what
it
I'm
all the time.
You just said direct communication is the best problem solver in that situation. And in this instance, as far as with the interview is concerned, I can definitely appreciate the directness because I don't think it was an intention of Adam to,
not at all.
It wasn't an intention to send out that message.
That's why I brought it to his attention.
But the people that don't necessarily come from this culture, they love the culture and they may contribute to it and things like that. But
that's why I want him to clear it up.
They need to, No, but the thing is that I appreciate where you were coming from with it because they need to be aware of the fact that they're stepping into a culture. Okay, so you have to be sensitive.
You're stepping into it, you're commenting on it, you're making money from it,
right?
And you're not giving any of your culture.
Right.
I don't think what people understand about an artist is a real true artist does what makes an artist feel good.
Yeah.
They don't adjust for their fan. The fan adjusts for them. The fan's supposed to appreciate the artist's art. If an artist does something for a fan, that's a fan's art.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to adjust for a fan. You're supposed to be considerate, appreciative, but you're not supposed to adjust your point of view because other people want you to feel a different way.
Absolutely. It's been a crazy week. You brought up Kanye. There was an interview that he did recently that I saw where, he was kind of breaking down a lot of some of the concepts behind his album and some of his beliefs and things like that. But he did mention culture vultures. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And how he felt that us as black people, we don't have a culture. And like I said, as a clinician, as a therapist, then what I do appreciate about what Kanye's doing is that, like I said, he's keeping people talking, and that's therapy. When you talk about your convictions, what you believe, how you see things, that's therapy. He mentioned culture vultures. Now, the reason why I want to ask you about that is because you were very instrumental in the building blocks that have made this culture as of now.
I think I was able to give it a title.
Yeah.
You know, like how some things are said but not spoken?
Right.
That was one of those things, and
Yeah.
now it's spoken about,
Right.
and there's a title
Right.
for it.
But you have contributed to the culture in a way that is still reverberating now.
Yeah.
So as a person from that perspective, what did you think about what he said about black people not having a culture? Like what is your interpretation of that, or what's your stance on that?
There's two ways to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone could say, "What you mean you ain't got no culture?"
Yeah.
Or he could be saying, "We're being robbed of our culture." So for me, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt,
Talk about it.
and I'm gonna say he means we getting robbed.
Because he did talk about that.
When I talk to him,
Yeah.
he's talking like,
Yeah.
"Yo, we are all getting robbed, and this shit got to stop." And that's our conversation, and that's always our conversation.
Right.
So it's almost like he has the spirit of me. Pause and I see it.
Yeah.
But he ain't come up like me, so he approaches it different.
Right.
But he's still approaching it. He ain't shying away from it, and he could. He
Yeah.
could be very subservient and make money.
Yeah.
But right now he's being disruptive. He's trying to change things, not himself.
Mm-hmm.
And as he learns, he changes his whole business model.
Right.
And then what he's doing is smart on the business level. You saw he does the church and the people buy it while they're watching it. That's the shit I've been talking about for years. So he's also the only one that listens. He's the only one that takes the genius that I say and applies that shit in ways that I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
He put all this shit out in the theater. You know that's some shit Dame Dash would do. But he did it on steroids, all indie.
What have you struggled? Has Dame Dash struggled in his life?
Struggle is relative, right?
Okay.
So when you first asked me that question, I say, well, compared to everybody else, hell nah.
Yeah.
As an adult, I've never not lived in a big house.
Okay.
Regardless of what you read or what's going on.
What about before that though?
Before that, I lived in 1199. That's, duplexes and, river views. Like, I was good. I went to private school. You know what I'm saying? So I never actually was hungry or struggled. But my struggle was to maintain that is the struggle. We worked so hard for our independence, but we just gave it away. We gave it away and still ended up being slaves to their rhythm. And I didn't like that. I didn't like being dependent on my personality or being nice. That I didn't.
You're talking about in the beginning of the rock days.
Yeah, when I transitioned out of the rock.
Okay.
And rock wear. Like that
right.
experience was like, yo, it might take me a little longer to get where I gotta go, but I'll be here longer.
Yeah.
And I'll make more money and I'll be happier getting there.
Well, it seems like
It's just very frustrating having people exploit you all the time and watching good artists be turned into only worrying about business agendas and the wrong things and knowing that in the future I'm gonna have to help him out.
Yeah.
Even like when Beans would go to jail, I would make sure that he had 3
they
or
had
4
state property clothing lines. I
Bro,
remember
we
that.
did 4 or 5 albums because I was like, I know he'll go gold, and at that time when you went gold, you could get $1 million advance.
Yeah.
So I know if he had to do 5 years, at least every year I could give him $1 million.
Some dough. Right.
It even caused a rift between me and Kanye because Kanye wasn't giving me no beats for him at the time. I was like, yo, I need to get these beats. He might go to jail.
That is a struggle that you went through.
I mean,
That's the
you
other
could
side
call
of
it
it.
a struggle.
It's not struggle financial
It's
struggle.
not physical struggle.
But it can be emotional.
But I don't consider like perplexed,
Yeah.
thinking a little harder, because that's all it means.
Yeah.
So when there's a problem presented to me, I don't think, oh, I'm fucked. I think, let me think it out.
Yeah.
And I just notice people they panic before they think things through. And once you think things through and you compare, your other experiences, like, damn, that worked out.
I love about your message of fearlessness. That's what we're about here on Healing is Gangsta. That's what we're about here on Dame Dash Television. You know what I'm saying? And
we got a platform, man. We don't have a platform to showcase our politicians, our heroes, our way.
Right.
We always have to get acknowledged by other people on their platforms, and we no longer have to do that. And I'ma personally make sure it ain't gonna be BET or another name, but be a fund owned by somebody else. It's me, owned by a black man, 100%.
Get it. And man, you got anything else you want to say about this week? That's a good way to send it off right there.
Stay tuned.
Hey, stay tuned. Healing is Gangsta. You already know what it is. Confront yourself. Change the world.
Absolutely.
You know
and last thing is I'm on my rock star shit. I've decided to embrace my rock project. So shit is super real. So I'm gonna be 48, rocking out. I don't care if you like it or not. Just change the channel if you don't. But if you listen, you'll learn. Trust me.